Tomorrow marks 1 month since two sisters, Dominique Parchman and Cheyenne Hall, were shot to death in the city of Wayne. Investigators believe Christopher Greer, who at one point dated Dominique, is the shooter, and U.S. Marshals are offering a reward of up to $5,000 in the case.
So, the 2-for-1 special. Listen, man. The city of Wayne. There's nowhere that's safe. Everywhere's the same. This guy right here, he's wanted. There'll be no-knock raids done if they find out he's in a place because they want him. He's a violent criminal. He's a very, very dangerous guy. So if they get tipped off about his whereabouts, because he's obviously bouncing around because he's evading them, the U.S. Marshals and the tactical, the felony, arrest team or whatever they got going on, he's evading them. If they get the drop on him, they're going to have to move quickly. They're going to have to move tactically. And they're going to have to strike quickly to get him. They may need a no-knock warrant. They may get a knock warrant. Who knows? But that's probably how he's going to get caught. Either that or a traffic stop. Because this guy, he obviously knows what he's doing. He's been evading them for a month. And they're looking for him. So during that, let me tell you brothers out here on the streets, in lieu of what's going on in Minneapolis, if you know your homeboy just shot and killed 2 women, you might want to stay away from him. You might not want to have him in your house. Because if the cops find out he's there, the feds, whoever's looking for him, FBI, whatever, they're probably going to come into your house and get him. And yeah, I know you had Breonna Taylor in 2020, in March of 2020, and now you have Amir Locke in February of 2022. But they do 20,000 of these things every year, of these no-knock raids. And that's just the no-knock ones. That's not the ones where they knock. In this vast country, from sea to shining sea, over 17,985 police departments in this country. So the 20,000 no-knock raids really isn't a lot when you consider how many different jurisdictions and towns and cities and boroughs and townships and, just different municipalities, districts there are in this country. And for those 2 to be the 2 that you complain about, I would venture to say that the cops in the United States are doing a doggone good job. One, the Breonna Taylor situation, the guy actually shot the cops. And in this Amir Locke situation, the guy pointed a gun at the cop. Those are the 2 incidents you have, Sun community, against these no-knock raids that capture suspects like this guy on the regular.
Tomorrow marks 1 month since two sisters, Dominique Parchman and Cheyenne Hall, were shot to death in the city of Wayne. Investigators believe Christopher Greer, who at one point dated Dominique, is the shooter, and U.S. Marshals are offering a reward of up to $5,000 in the case. Our Megan Woods joins us live, and Megan, it sounds like they are working around the clock to find this man.
That's right. They tell me they are determined to find him. And it's here in big, bold letters, wanted by U.S. Marshals. This is Christopher Lewis Greer. Again, he's 5'9", and his car was found in Ypsilanti Township. And take a good look at his picture, not just to help out these U.S. Marshals, but to help this family.
It's messed up because he's still walking around and my sister's not.
There's two innocent female victims who are dead, shot to death. This case is not going away.
The pain of losing two sisters isn't going away either.
A bond broken that wasn't supposed to be so soon.
Waiting for Christopher Greer to be arrested makes grieving their sisters even heavier.
I just want to know what was his purpose and what was his reason of doing it. What did he get out of it?
Exactly. How do we make him feel every day?
How do you sleep at night knowing that you took the lives of two innocent people?
Yeah.
Sisters, I hate to keep explaining this to you, because these two girls are probably up in arms about what's going on in Minneapolis. There's trade-offs, okay? Every once in a while, a guy like Christopher Greer is going to get shot by a cop for the reasons I've already listed in this video. But every night in every city, cops are arresting guys and who are committing crimes, who have committed crimes, who have warrants for crimes, who are wanted for crimes, violated parole, who had 911 called on them, whatever. They're out there beating the streets every night. And you never hear about the work they do, which is why you young ladies get to walk the streets in, relative safety, unless you bring a thug into your circumference, like it appears that the sister did. One of the sisters brought a violent thug into her atmosphere and killed her and her other sister. And these two are lucky they weren't there. But in a nutshell, those guys don't care. They don't care. All your questions, why'd you do it? Can you sleep at night? They don't care about none of that. They're cold-blooded killers. It's part of the culture. It's woven into the culture. They get a lot of social currency for being killers. You see, he had a girlfriend, He probably had a lot of, homies. When he goes to jail, he'll know a lot of people. There's a lot of social currency for being a violent thug, and there's a lot of social currency for being a violent gangster, gangbanger, hoodlum in the stand. It just is. There's a lot of it. And those guys feed off of that. They grow up in these communities where a lot of the men are killers and shooters. And that's what they want to be. There's no job, no service you can give to them to turn them around. The only thing that really can turn them around is a 20-year, 25-year prison sentence. And they come out middle-aged men and hopefully want to, be productive citizens at that point. But there's very little you can do. And one thing that you can't do is try to get some remorse or some feeling or some kind of humanity out of them. They don't care.
Heavier.
I just want to know what was his purpose and what was his reason of doing it. What did he get out of it?
Exactly. How do we make him feel every day?
How do you sleep at night knowing that you took the lives of two innocent people?
Yeah, because it get harder on us every day. It don't get no easier. Like, everybody say it take it day by day, but every day it gets harder.
Their oldest sister, Dominique Parchman, died on scene, but their baby sister, Cheyenne Hall, who was only 18, died at the hospital. U.S. Marshals say before she passed, Cheyenne told Wayne police Christopher Greer was the shooter.
Christopher Greer is as far as I'm concerned, somebody who does this kind of act as a coward. He could surrender, he could come in, or he could give us a call, and we can meet up with him. If not, we're going to find him.
You know, one thing, if you're a son man, you know, one thing is whenever a son man may get in an argument with another person on social media or wherever, the first thing they'll say is, drop your addy. Drop your addy, which means tell me where you're at so I can come and shoot at you. Or we can come and I'll come there and we can shoot it out. Very common behavior on social media. Drop your addy. But you notice one thing? These guys never drop their addy with the U.S. Marshals is looking for. They never drop their addy with the police looking for them. And that's the one thing you as a citizen has, is the fact that these guys fear being locked up. They fear losing their freedom. They're not afraid of the cops. They're afraid of losing their freedom. Again, they're not afraid of the cops. They're not afraid of the police. They have no fear of the police. They're afraid of what that means when the police come and arrest them, the loss of freedom. Now, they're very comfortable in jail, but they still prefer to be on the streets. So they never drop their addy for the cops, for the U.S. Marshals. They never do it. But if you were to get in an argument with one of these son men online, first thing he would say is drop your addy. Even a minor argument, drop your addy. And if you dropped your addy, it's a high percent of a chance that someone will come there and start shooting. It's a phenomenon. I know other groups are like, what? Drop your addy? I've never heard of this. Drop your addy? What? My God. Sounds ludicrous. I promise you that's a thing in the Sun community.
Christopher Greer was the shooter.
Christopher Greer is as far as I'm concerned, somebody who does this kind of act as a coward. He could surrender, he could come in, or he could give us a call, and we can meet up with him. If not, we're going to find him.
They say they know that people are helping Christopher Greer, and they say those people could eventually face charges themselves. So if you...
All those people could end up like Amir Locke, in the wrong place at the wrong time when the feds bust in the door to come grab that guy who killed those two sisters. Just like they were doing in the Amir Locke case, where they went to go find a homicide suspect. So those people who are helping him, they know that they're in the line of fire. Now, 99.9% of those raids, nothing happens to anyone. No one's hurt or shot or anything like that. But in the 0.00001% of those raids where something does happen, those people have put themselves in danger.
They say they know that people are helping Christopher Greer, and they say those people could eventually face charges themselves. So if you have any information on where he is, you're asked to contact their 24-hour hotline. That number is on your screen, and we'll also have that on clickondetroit.com. And again, there's a $5,000 reward, so they want people to speak up so they can find him. I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
Okay, Megan, thank you.
When they told me she was shot in the chest and what the damage that it had done, I thought she was gone.
Tanisha Streeter is upset, and she wants answers after learning her 21-year-old daughter, LaAsia Streeter, was shot multiple times inside her Birmingham home during the early hours Monday morning. Her daughter is at UAB Hospital fighting for her life.
And when I went to see her, they told me her stomach was open and You know, she had tubes all down her nose, and she had tubes on her side.
Birmingham police told us the shooter or shooters fired multiple rounds from outside into Streeter's home off of Todd Avenue Southwest.
It was 6 shots in her living room window, and that's where they were sitting.
So there's two main ways that we see sisters dying nowadays. We see the domestic incidents have gone through the roof. But these just gang-style, gangland shootings that sisters are targeted in, this is something that's relatively new. I mean, like, dudes, since 2020, when these dudes get beef, like if a sister, you turn them down or you say something online or you argue with them, these sunmen, they're going to come and shoot at you like you're Tyreek or Man, T-Bone. They coming to get you. Okay? No more calling their sisters and a bunch of girls showing up to fight. You said something to my brother. Bring your butt outside, girl. My brother said that you was getting smart with him or something like that, Now, dudes is going to come find you, hunt you down, and shoot you execution style or shoot you up in broad daylight, just like they do each other.
Birmingham police told us the shooter or shooters fired multiple rounds from outside into Streeter's home off of Todd Avenue Southwest.
It was 6 shots in her living room window, and that's where they were sitting. Her and her friends were sitting on the couch, and the story that I got was she got up to turn and run, and the bullet caught her in her chest. It hit her in her chest, it hit her liver, it tore up her diaphragm.
Streeter confused why her daughter.
I don't understand who would want to shoot up her house like that. She's never been into it with anybody. There was 6 bullet holes in her window alone. So that means you were shooting to kill. Why?
Do you believe they may have had the wrong house?
I don't know.
Mom, first of all, you can never trust these parents because they don't know what their kids are into. They don't know what their kids are into. Second of all, it could have been something, like, let's just say they went to the store, or they went to the mall, or they just went out, or they went to, like, it could have been something that just happened. Like, they could have been driving back and somebody could have cut somebody off in traffic, or some dudes could have tried to holler at her and her girls from another car and things didn't go well, and the dudes got salty and followed them and saw that was the house they went into. Or something could have been said on social, or somebody in there, because she's not the only person that was in the house. Any one of the people in the house could have a problem with some dudes. Any one of them girls could have a problem with a guy, and the guys could have came through and shot up. Just because she says her daughter wasn't out here like beefing or anything like that, it doesn't matter. It could have been something any second, like any interaction with a son, man, can prove deadly. Whether you're a girl, a boy, a kid, a senior citizen, the best thing to do is limit interactions with sunmen.
So that means you were shooting to kill. Why?
Do you believe they may have had the wrong house?
I don't know.
LaAsia Streeter is a first-time mother to an 8-week-old baby boy. His grandmother says he was inside the house when the shots rang out. The baby was not harmed. Right now, all Streeter wants is her daughter home and whoever is responsible for shooting her to be held accountable for what she calls a nightmare.
I want answers, though. Somebody knows something, and they know why they went to my daughter's house and shot up her house like that and shot my child. She's fighting for her life, and I'm the person that's talking for her, and I'm going to keep talking for her until I have justice for my daughter. So whoever did this, you better turn yourself in. That's your best bet.
Okay, so we got an 8-week-old baby. Now that baby has a father. And I would say there's a 90% chance that that father's into the streets. Some kind of, hoodlum, gang member, thug, some kind of guy like that. So that's probably what I'm thinking that it came from. Maybe they think that he was in there. Maybe they're looking for the baby daddy.
She's fighting for her life, and I'm the person that's talking for her, and I'm going to keep talking for her until I have justice for my daughter. So whoever did this, you better turn yourself in. That's your best bet.
Ms. Streeter said her daughter had surgery today and it went well, and she's making a lot of progress. If you know anything about this case, give the Birmingham Police Department a call. I'm Fred Davenport, WVTM 13.